Cool. So I'm going to show you the dev server to start this off with, and the reason being that I think it's probably the most productive use of our time today. So uh, what we'll do is we'll have a look at this, and we'll have a look at some of the updates we're making. Now, most of these are final. Some of them are still being worked on, but overall, I think it's probably a good demonstration of what we have here. So the two areas we'll look at is the settings, we'll look at the upgrades as well, and we'll look at the new about section that we've been working through. So the settings you can see here, this is how it looks on a desktop. It's going to look slightly different on a mobile. But what we've done is we've restructured much of it. And there'll be some changes, just some minor changes here to the order. And that's what we're working through at the moment. The developer is still about to push this last update so we can really test everything. We're not too far away from doing that. However, you can see here, everything's a little bit neater. And as you go through it, you'll be able to just jump in. You can also use a search here now as well. So these settings, they're much more accessible, much more easy to use. And we've got a big list, maybe of 100 different updates to do to the settings internally to make them even nicer and even easier to use. The major thing we want to do is add clarity to everything that we're doing here. So it'll start with general, then we'll have members, and then we'll have funnel and promotion, and then we'll have members, I believe, and gamification is here, and then we'll have content and structure, which is these here, and then monetization, which will be the final thing in this order. And you'll see here in monetization, there's two options now. So we've got pricing here, and we've got upgrades as well. So the pricing will be, as you'd expect, it'll look the same as the current pricing system does, and it'll work the same way. So anyone who's entering into your group, you can choose whether you want to charge, or you can choose whether you want a free group. And then also on top of that, if you want to, you'll be able to add these upgrades. Now, these upgrades, you'll be able to add to start with 3 max. And the reason is that we don't want to we want to just add a restriction at the start to see how this goes. And I'm not sure if there's any use cases where people would need more than 3 upgrades. And these are basically them. They're tiers. So what that means is that they're in an order. So you've got maybe the base level, maybe you've got then a premium and then a pro on top of that. So you can adjust how these look. You can customize the logo, the icon here. You can add a description. You can choose whether this upgrade is something that you can send out for free, which might be, for example, you send out a link to someone, or you could maybe, if you wanted to, you could just send out a registration link to someone to, when they're registering for your group, get access to this level automatically. Or if you wanted to, you could set it as a paid tier. And the way that this works is that you can then attach different categories, you can attach different courses, you can attach different events to these tiers. And then when someone unlocks one of these tiers, they will then gain access to everything within that tier. So if you decide that you want to just charge for one of your courses, you would just add a tier here with one course inside of it, and then that course would then unlock as soon as someone paid for it. So that's how this works. And you can have up to 3 of these right now. You can reorder them. So if you wanted one to show at the start as opposed to the others, you could do that here as well. And once you've done this, what that means is that you will then see that these have been added. Now, we're still working through how this looks. It's not completed yet. We're waiting for the update to be pushed into development, but basically all of your members will be able to see these tiers available once they register for your group inside of the About section. You'll be able to customize how these look and the descriptions inside of the About section as well. So it's going to feature them here. And then it'll give them the option as well to upgrade. So they can click, they can purchase, they can upgrade. Now, this is the first version, so we've kept it really basic. The other thing that you'll be able to then do is you'll be able to then go into your courses, for example, and you'll be able to assign which courses are to this particular package. Now, obviously, this will be ordered. So you'll see also here, level 9. If you want to do gamification with these upgrades inside of your group, then you can do that. It'll feature both of them there. It'll feature the course that'll unlock at a certain level, and it will also feature, for example, the course that will unlock when someone purchases that specific tier. It's the same within your community as well. There'll be a label here, which will show up very soon. We'll also have it inside of events. So when you're creating a new event, for example, you'll be able to then select which level or which tier this is assigned to. This is still waiting to be rolled out as well. And the way this looks is if I go into this course right here, for example, we have access levels, and you'll be able to then select which access level that this will be attached to. It could be accessed through a gamification level. You could say that everyone who purchases gets access to it, which means that everyone who gets access to that base level when they register or purchase or sign up for free will have access to this. Or if you wanted to, then you could go down, you could assign it specifically to a paid level. So that is how this works. And that is the major update we've been working on, as well as the about section. Now, the reason we've been working on this about section here and making this available is that the direction we're moving in is to have a marketplace and also provide more flexibility on profiles as to which groups are featured and which groups are not. The goal with this is to begin the process of allowing for a marketplace, allowing for the sharing of successful groups, and we want to do that from this space here. We also want to move in the direction of being able to give members the ability to hide different things on their profile. And as a result of that, you're going to see as well that we have a new profile menu that is coming out. Now, this is not the final product. This is still being worked on a little bit. So this will look kind of similar to this. However, it's a new layout, and it includes a few things. So first of all, it's going to give you the ability to hide certain groups that you don't want people to see on your profile, and your members will be able to hide certain groups that they don't want seen on their profile as well. You, as the group owner, will also be able to determine when a group is published and when it's viewable by everyone on their profiles, or whether you want it something that's private and will not be featured on everyone's profiles. This will give you a breakdown of the events across all of your groups that are happening. So if you belong to groups, if you are a member of certain groups, or if you're an admin of multiple groups and you have multiple events happening, you can see an admin view of all of your events here. And then finally, it has all of the contributions, the activity of your profile, which will be featured here as well as your followers and following. Now, this calendar will be private. It'll just be for you. And these groups here will show the groups that you've allowed to be publicly featured on your profile. So that people will be able to go, they'll be able to visit, they'll be able to see these as well. So that's to clarify that. So those are the major 3 updates that we're working through at the moment, and they're taking a bit longer than we thought. So we expected these to be done this week. We also have some new languages rolling out. We expected this to be done and completed this week, but it looks like we're more likely going to be finished on Monday next week, which is a little bit of a delay, but it happens. And so that's just the reality of it. We've got some other updates as well relating to team. So we've reordered this, and the owner will be labeled here. It's not showing on this particular example. I'm not sure why, but it will show owner here as the owner of the group. It'll show admin under, their manager and support as different levels. And then inside of settings, we have made some adjustments and improvements to coupons. And in the next week, we've got a large amount of updates to do relating to support. So for probably about 2 weeks after that, we're just going to be working through the updates and improvements we have to this, and also the registration into the groups. There are some tweaks we want to make to the registration to make it a little bit more friendly and fast. So we're going to make those updates to that as well. So it'll look nicer. And I think that there's some really key improvements we can make to the checkout process that we're going to do as well. So though that's going to take place over the next couple of weeks as well. And for the most part, that's it. So that's what we've been working through, and then we're going to continue to work through these improvements over the next few weeks. And I hope that this achieves what we wanted to achieve, what everyone wanted and was waiting for, which was to be able to run a free group, to be able to run a paid group, but also have the ability to add upgrades and updates into here as well. So that's what we've hopefully achieved with this. And yeah, let me know what you think. So this is the first time we've revealed it. It's obviously still a work in progress, but we're not too far away with it. Cool. Possibility. Is there the possibility of increasing pricing once a certain number of members is reached, or do we need to do it manually? So for the start, it'll just be manual. If that's something that you want, once we roll this out, let us know inside of the community. And if enough people want it, then we'll make it happen. The the goal of this was to roll out the most basic version of this because it is a little bit complicated what we're trying to do. And we've thought a lot about it. We just wanted to make sure that the first version we got was a very basic version and gives us room then to add on to it, test out how it works for users. We can then see whether it's being used, how well it's being used, and whether it's really making a difference. And also, then we can see the feedback of community members, whether they want anything else added, whether you would like something else added, and that'll give us a good place to build from. So that's what's basically included. It's going to be included, I believe, from Monday next week. We'll be rolling this out, and you'll see that update in there. You'll also see that we've made some relatively major improvements to the mobile design as well, and that will also go live as well. And then just to reemphasize, there's going to be some things in settings that, and I've found some things that aren't 100% yet. As I said, there's about 100 tasks we have to improve settings and to make the settings better. A lot of the places, it's simply a matter of removing things that we added in that aren't being used, that we could do better. And there's also a few things which we have made or want to make improvements to that bring the settings in line with everything else. The other area that we've been working on and testing, which won't be rolled out this week as well, but it will be rolled out in the next 2 to 3 weeks, is our new courses system. So we've read a lot of the community messages in the community about how we can improve the lesson system. And what we want to do is we want to bring everything into the same editing experience, but also allow for lessons to be able to add images inside of lessons and have more flexibility as to where content is added in those lessons as well. And we're going to be doing that. So that's going to be available, I hope, in the next 1 to 2 weeks. And that's going to mean that we're going to be working on some improvements to the editors. We're going to be making sure that everything's consistent, and it should be a much better experience editing and adding things in as well. So look out for that. That's also going to be in the next update as well. But at the moment, we've really been working hard to try and get this out as quickly as possible. We didn't want to, it's a major update because it changes a lot of the way the system works. So we just wanted to make sure that we did it simply, but also, so in saying that, we've removed maybe 4 or 5 different features that we had in mind for the payments when we rolled out the payments. And we've done that in favor of just taking some time and getting feedback before we look at those things individually and adding them. So it'll mean, I think it'll be more successful, and it'll be better to use at the start, and hopefully better to use after that as well. Once we make these updates, if we get feedback that's what you want. So that's going to be in there as well. And yeah, then you can see here the new menu, the way it is. Now, Jutta and Sabine have been helping us with this, have been hugely helpful with structuring this menu as well, and also helping us with some improvements we can make to this. You'll also notice that I've been a little bit more active in creating some video content. We have someone helping us with a new course for Communi, and we're just waiting to start that process until we finish the new settings and until we have rolled out the improvements we want to, because when we do the new course, we want to make sure that it looks similar to what we have here, and it will look similar to what we have here in a week after this update's happened. So we've just been waiting for that as well. So when we roll the course out, it'll be complete. It'll have everything that you need, and for new members coming in, there's going to be no confusion because the settings will look looks similar as well. So that's what's been going on. That's what's been happening here. You'll also notice there's going to be a few updates and improvements that have been made to chat. There's going to be a few improvements as well made to events and the way that that works. There's a few bugs that we're going to have resolved in this next update. And then also over the next couple of weeks, 2 to 4 weeks, we'll be rolling out another update with gamification, inside gamification, to also make it possible to reward and add rewards to our leaderboard as well. So, for example, if you wanted to unlock a reward specifically for the person that is number one, number two, number three, or unlock a payment tier, for example, for them as a reward, that's what we're working on next in the next few weeks as well. And that is basically the most important stuff that I wanted to cover here. So hopefully this ticks the boxes. We've had a lot of really good feedback over the last few weeks. It's been really, really helpful getting feedback inside of the community. Yuta's been helping us here as well. You've probably seen Yuta. She's been doing a really good job at helping with that. Maybe she's had a conversation with you through chat as well. And yeah, so that's what's been going on. Any questions or anything that you have questions about that I've shown you here, or any concerns? Sure. So Norbert, right now our vision is we want to put forward the very best groups platform. That's the what we've been working towards, and that might not be specific to market share or anything like that, but I think if we have the best product, then once we move to a subscription, we have a really good shot at getting a really good chunk of the market. And that's what we've been working towards, to create the best product with the community. And in terms of a perfect customer, we really don't have one at the moment. Our perfect customer is willing to take a risk on this platform because it's not known as other platforms, but also be willing to help us in the development of it. That's the perfect customer who gives us feedback, who helps us to improve the software within the community, and that's what I think we've been having in the community coming in, and it's been great. Also, in terms of goals, what we want to achieve once we roll out this next update inside of the software itself, our big goal is the app, and that's been our big goal moving forward. But for our users, we want to make it as easy as possible to earn money from groups. And we've been really working a lot on our affiliate side. We're making it really easy to sell the platform, and a lot of people have been selling it really effectively, which is great. We're going to move our focus a little bit to a marketplace, and then helping to improve the groups that are on the platform already, to help those that aren't monetizing it to be able to monetize it. And that could be through improvements of the registration, the checkout, improvements in the amount of payment options that people have. And then we're also going to be hopefully working with group members that we see are having some success to really scale that success up. And I see our part of being able to do that by featuring their groups and helping them also to utilize the features that we have through education and to grow those groups. So our focus at the moment has been a lot on getting the word out about the platform, helping us to fund these updates into the app, because that, it's not a cheap thing to do. It's quite expensive development. So it's been helping us to fund the project. And then our focus is then going to be changing to how do we help our groups to make more money, and how do we help those that are making money to make even more. So our focus will probably shift a little bit to that after we get to that milestone, which is the app, because then when we add in a subscription, our user base also changes, because naturally when we have people who are coming on paying month after month, they expect a little bit, their expectations are a little bit different from those who are getting access to the lifetime deal, becoming part of this, which is, there's an element of risk associated with it, and there's some people, a lot of people are willing to take that risk, which is great. However, there are businesses that they just look for subscription software to buy, because they know that then it's more established, and that's what we're aiming to be, more established, and then hopefully we can put forward a better product than the others that are out there. and I think we will. I think we're going the direction that with the help of the community, I think we are putting forward a better product, which I'm seeing from the feedback that we get, and also, yeah, I mean, about a year ago we were going through a very difficult time. It was we were really looking and and trying to figure out what our place was in the marketplace and what we could do. And we had a lot less feedback, positive feedback then. And then since really refocusing on what users want and working with our users, it's got the platform a lot further on. And I think that's where we want to continue to be, just really working with our users and seeing what their experience is and trying to improve it, refine the features that we have, and just make the platform better and better. So that's kind of our mindset at the moment. And until we get a subscription out, that's going to continue to be our mindset. And that it may not change once we get a subscription out, but there's a few things we want to tick that people want before we do that, and that is the app. That's the making sure that our settings are good, they're stable, any bugs are removed from the software, and that we have a really good looking fast software that works really well and does exactly what it says it does, which is helps you to monetize your brand through a group and provides everything that you need for your business. So hopefully that helps. And if you want more on that, the best place to be is really the partners group, because you'll then be able to hear from partners that are using the software, utilizing it to sell as an affiliate, and what messages are working well right now as well to recommend the platform for others. But we see a mixture. We see a lot of our users that have built up a large group, they make a lot of affiliate sales, and we have others that just specifically focus on selling as a partner, as an affiliate, and that works really well for them as well. So there's more than one way of doing it. Cool. All right. So any other questions? Let me know if you've got any other questions, any other comments, would like to share anything. Let me know. Yeah. Yuta, is there anything that you've seen that might be worth talking about it as well? Cool. As I said, I'm very positive with the features given so far. There is room for improvement in terms of supporting us. I was some kind of surprised that we do not share statistics, which help us. The once running a community being most effectively, could Communi help there a bit? I really want to grow out my community very significantly within the next month, but do not want to cause problems having unsatisfied customers. We haven't seen any instances of unsatisfied customers. That hasn't got back to me in any of the feedback. I think it'll be fine. In terms of statistics, we do want to do that. It's just lower on our priority list at the moment because these features, these updates, including the app, they're more important at the moment than the statistics, because we're new still, and the statistics will become more important as we look to work with group owners and help them as much as possible. But at the moment, we need to get our feature set a little bit better, and the tiers, the options for monetization, and the app, they're taking priority because they're larger tasks. They take a lot of time, but the return for users is larger because we've got users that are making sales that have reasonably large groups now, and they're telling us that they want upgrades. So we need to provide some sort of way of doing that, and that also brings us in line with competitors of ours. I think we've done it better than competitors out there. I think you'll see that when we roll it out, but we really want to get feedback on this, because the more that we can help people to make money from the platform, the more that, first of all, the more users we're going to have on the platform, because people are making money from it and they'll continue to make money on the platform. They're not going to go anywhere else because they're making money on the platform and they love it for that reason. And that's really what we want to create. So the statistics is important. However, we want to see more people making more money on the platform first, and then we'll be able to have some space and time to look at that. And that would also come after the app. And I understand, but what you could do now to help that, and there are some things that we might be able to roll out quickly, is to post in the community about which statistics would be really useful for you, what you'd like to see, what you've seen in other software that's really helped you. And then we can look at that. And if there's something that is quick to do that we could just make available and that would make sense, we'll do it. In terms of like a complete statistic set, that is going to take a little bit more time. The news sounds very interesting. I just need some more time and testing to understand them more in more detail. Cool. Is there a way to hide the members tab from other users? Right now, there's not. We haven't had any feedback on that. If you want to post in the community, that would be really good to get feedback on that. I haven't sent any requests of that so far. I see the collaboration between you and your team and the users is a really important benefit. Thanks, Monica. Yeah, it's really good. And yeah, Sabine and Yuta have been helping us immensely as well behind the scenes. So I wanted to say thanks to them as well because they've been working really hard and they've yeah really helped us to clarify a lot of what we've been doing, but also help us to refine some of like especially in the settings. It's been incredibly valuable. So yeah, I wanted to ask Yuta. I'm just going to see if I can. I don't have my screen up at the moment. One sec, I'll just stop sharing for a moment. Would you like to come on and share anything? Is there something that sticks out for you that would be worth mentioning, or anything that's been raised in the community over the last month that we could talk about or address? So I'll just unmute you one sec. Uh, just find where that is. Yeah, there you go. Oh, one sec, you're still muted. There you go.
Well, thank you, Sam. Well, um, I want to mention that the onboarding process, perhaps we should make it a little better.
Yeah, yeah, I agree.
The onboarding process to be for new members who wants to only to go into community and do not want to create groups at the moment and just want to go to the community. And there are some things a bit um, I don't know, verwirrend.
Confusing or not clear. Would that be?
A little bit confusing, yes. And
Yeah,
I think we have to improve the whole onboarding process for members who only want to be a member in a group.
yeah. Okay, I agree. We've um we've got a plan for that, but I'll what what we're doing anyway is we're just looking at how we can make it more clear, the wording more clear at the moment. I guess that's the major update we've been working on. But if there's any ideas that anyone has about how we could make it smoother, I think
And even the text in some mails perhaps would be better to change.
yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree. So probably we're not
Mm.
going to have it done in this update, but we'll have it. That's I talked to the development team, and
Mhm.
next week that's going to be the major focus is the front end, just the checkout process, how people come through into the group and the experience. One thing that we're looking at is that we've got I think one thing that people need is once they've come, like this is avoiding the registration and the onboarding, but once they get into the group, having a front page to welcome them, something that says, "Hey, you're in the group now. Congratulations, welcome." And also when they're waiting for approval, giving them more clarity. So one thing that I was thinking we could do was to open up the admin, give the admin the ability to create a video, which we could then put on that welcome page. So when they do complete the registration process, they then see a familiar face, the admin welcoming them into the group and giving them some background information uh, yeah, about being part of the group and waiting for approval and what the process will be, and also some clearer steps for them to understand that their membership is pending and that they can do these things now. But once it's unlocked, then they'll get an email and also they'll be able to access it through their account. But that's something that we're looking at doing.
Yes, I propose to make a difference between members who just want to go to a group
Yeah,
or, or members to want to be a part of community, to buy the lifetime deal, and then to be an owner and to create groups. I think these are two parts of persons or two parts of groups.
yeah,
They need different handling to
yeah,
come into community, I think.
yeah. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, have a look, and if there's have any suggestions this week, it would be really helpful. What I'll do is maybe I can put out some information on what we're planning on doing, so everyone can just have a look at it, and
Mhm.
then any feedback we can get will really help to refine it. Because I think I agree, it's a really key area. It's an area that we need to, now that we've got the upgrades, we've got all that stuff taken care of. It's the area we want to improve the most, because the easier we make it, the more success people are going to have with their members, I think. So, yeah, I agree.
Okay, thank you.
Cool. Anything else that's come up? Is there anything that else that was been raised, or any questions that like in the group over the last month? Oh, it's been unmuted. One sec. There you go. Did you see anything else that came up over the time that you were in the community? No, that was all? Okay, cool. There was a major thing. Okay. So yeah, that's one area we'll work on, definitely. And I think we can already start working on that, but we can get some feedback immediately. Um, cool. Cool. Ulrich said, I'm new and I want to start a community, but Technic is not my top. Who can help me in German language to build it up? Uh, Ulrich, there's some great groups that are available. One of them is, I think, Sabine's and Uta's. I'd reach out to them. They've got a really good community there. Yeah, Community Pioneer. I'd recommend that. It's German language, and that'll help to give you a start. Is there any news about GDPR? So, um, I guess what specifically, because we've done the GDPR with we got a lawyer to help us go through it, and we did all of the details. We went through, and we've got now all of the consents that are available there. There's a couple of improvements in this next update we're doing, in terms of, we want to make sure that you have an option if you want to turn on GDPR compliance, but you're in a different country other than Europe. We're going to make that available. But I haven't seen any. Monica, what else in GDPR would you be waiting on? The other thing that maybe isn't attached to GDPR, but is the consents. We're going to be working on that over the next 2, 3 weeks as well. That's on our list. Yeah, what else in GDPR? I think we've got most of it taken care of. But I'm waiting. I'm hoping to talk to Sabrina, who's one of our users, who specializes in GDPR, just to go through with her and really look at it step by step with her, because she obviously is she's based in Europe. She has a lot of experience with us, so I'm hoping that she will be able to help with that. But that's most of the news right now. We've Yeah, that's what we've got to. But yeah, maybe there's something that I've raised in the past that I've forgotten to mention. Monica, just let me know if there's something that I can look at. Cool, Francesca, it was great to see you, and hope everything's well. Thanks for coming on. One more question: is there the possibility to change XYZ for courses and community and enter a discount which applies? Possibility to charge XYZ for courses and community. So we're not going to have the discount available on the upgrades immediately. That's something that we will look at, but for the first version, no. But it's not too difficult for us to do that in future. So Norbert, once it's rolled out, I just uh, post that in the chat, post that in the community, and then we'll be able to look at it. Hey, Monica, I've just asked to unmute. Hope it's good.
Yes, I had to look for the hand rise.
Oh, all good.
GDPR, I think that there is a little bit of difficulty because it is a bit kind of interpretation. Is it fully GDPR compliant or partly GDPR compliant, and to that we can express it in a clearer way, because there are always questions. I hear a lot of questions about GDPR,
Yeah.
and for example, if Sabrina could give a kind of statement that we have done this and this and this, and now it is GDPR compliant, or there are one or two steps still to be completed, or whatever it is, so that we have that we as affiliates and group owners, etc., can communicate more clearly. Is it yes or no, or somewhere in between, and where on the scale in between or so?
Yeah. So, I mean, the more I look into it, the more and more confused I get about the
I
interpretations.
understand. I understand. It's
But
a very complicated.
yeah. So I mean, we went through a list with our lawyer, and we had maybe 6 or 7 points, and then we had someone come into the group maybe 3 weeks ago, and he had a list of different points that he had in his audit, and he did a GDPR audit on it, and we went through those, and we found that there was an issue with some of the consents that we had. He wasn't seeing the GDPR thing. So we went through point by point, and yeah, we have all that in there. So I encouraged him to go back again and do another audit, because I don't think he'll find anything missing other than the only thing that we're missing from that particular audit that he did. It was the cookie consent, so consenting to cookies, and that's something that we're bringing out in the next couple of weeks. But everything else on that list, so if you look at the audit that he did, everything else on that list, you can actually go through and you can tick it off. So I would say, other than the consents, yes, everything is taken care of, and we have full compliance. But again, I'm not a lawyer, so and I'm not someone that interprets this. So according to my lawyer, yes, the person that helped me with this, helped me write this up, set it up, yes. And I'm waiting to, Sabrina's been very busy, so I wanted to get her on a call as well, because I wanted to do an interview with her in relation to this, just to give clarity. And she's been really busy. So she said that it's a possibility for us to get on a call maybe later this month, and then I'll do that. But I really want to get someone on. So if I don't get her on, I'll get the lawyer on that did the GDPR with me, he's really experienced in GDPR, and he'll be able to walk through what we did, why we did it, and he'll be able to confirm. Because for me, he says you're fully compliant. There's nothing you need to worry about according to GDPR. You have everything in there that you need, and he confirmed with us the servers, for example, the data is stored in the like we use a program called, what is it? I forget the name of it, because it's called DigitalOcean, I believe, DigitalOcean. And
Mm.
DigitalOcean makes it really easy to be able to store people's information in the countries that they originated from. So if you're registering from Germany, for example, your data is stored on their German server. So it's in Germany. The company is a United States company, but the server is located in Germany, and all the data, we've written a thing, so it's all stored there. And we say that inside of, so you can actually read it. Just sign me out. Actually, I can go into development. So if you go into the help center, and you go into the legal here, then you'll be able to, I'll share my screen one sec, so we can see this. So if we go into the privacy policy, for example, then you can read up on the company, the registration information. We've got everything in here in terms of data security, data retention, privacy rights, all of that. We've got a data protection officer. If you want to email him, this is the lawyer that helped me with this. So you can email our data protection officer and ask him for confirmation. And this explains the whole process. So it explains where the data center is. It explains where in the European Union the data is stored. And then we've also got the admin legal responsibilities and imprint. So this includes obviously the imprint, and actually this includes what an admin can do to help with the imprint. So this is an area where this is the only area where we said basically that an admin needs to do this. So if you're an admin of a group and you want to add an imprint, you can add this into your group, so people know your company information, know about who you are inside of the group itself. And so you can read that, and it has guidance on what to do. Then In terms of data processing and agreements, you can see everything here. It goes through the Zoom recording consents. We've now activated a feature inside of Communi where you can deactivate profiles on the landing pages. So you can remove those profiles from publicly being viewed. And also we ask for people's consent before they log on and join a live call. And if they say deny that they want to be featured on a live call, we then give instructions about how they can make sure that they aren't recorded. And then on top of that, we've got some FAQs here. And then if we go into, I believe it's an accounts and profile, for you as an admin, you need to obviously communicate what your company name is and the details about your company. So within the company details here, you can add your own company details. You can add your VAT number. You can add all your tax information, ID, business address, all of that. And then we've got privacy and consent here. So every member has this on their account, and they can opt out of third-party integrations. They can opt out of allowing to be recorded for live meetings, Zoom meetings. And then we've also got data management here. So you can download all of your data. Every member can do this. They can download their data. They can see what we store, and they can also delete that data. So if they want to delete their account, for example, they want to remove all of their data from the groups, they can do that very easily through this system as well. So from my understanding, we have everything that's required under GDPR, and yeah, but again, I'm not a lawyer, so my lawyer said that it's fine, but I can't say we're fully compliant because we've relied heavily on legal help with this because I'm not an expert in GDPR, and so a lot of what I say is just what I've been told we need, and we've been working through that. But if you look at the audit that the person did and you go through all of the points in his audit, you'll see that we have everything that was mentioned inside of that audit is in the software. So yeah. Hopefully that helps. But we've got a lot. There's a lot there, and we'll do VAT next. This has taken a long time. It's been very difficult. That we're going to do in 2 weeks. We'll have the final consents done for cookie consents. I'm not sure if that's attached to GDPR, but it's something on our list that we need to do. And then after that, we'll then look at VAT. But I really want to get a lawyer on an interview. So if Sabrina is unable to do it, then I'll get the lawyer that helped us with this to come on. He said he'd be happy to do it. So it's likely I'll get him on to do an interview next month, early next month, if I don't have Sabrina on an interview this month.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah.
Yes, I really appreciate what you have done for GDPR because even for Germans it is a very complicated thing, and for somebody out of the European Union, I think it must be 100 times more complicated to understand. I really appreciate that, and I see that a lot has happened, and I think. It is mostly a question of communication. What you have explained to us now, that would be explained in a video or with Sabrina or with a different lawyer or so, and also what you have said about the audit, because members of your group have seen this post about the audit, and they have started to question themselves what is going on, what is really the fact with that. And now hearing that you have checked it and that you have found there was just one point, it is very calming and helpful to know that. And I think it would be very helpful for everybody if there was this kind of communication, and an interview with a lawyer gives it a kind of official touch, and it's not not just a personal statement, which is difficult for you to do. I fully understand because you are not a lawyer, and there is some you are walking on ice when you are making your statements as a non-lawyer. But having this kind of official communication, I think would be very helpful, and also this kind of confirmation you have not ignored this audit. You have seen it, you have dealt with it, and you have come to conclusions which are different than what this audit may, or what this person may have appeared in his in his post.
Yeah, I mean that from my understanding, his audit was accurate. What he was asking for us was accurate. It was the
Mm.
problem that we had an issue with our system where he wasn't seeing the right pages. We hadn't there was a setting that wasn't set right, and so it was unfortunate because he then left, and I asked him, "Hey, can you can you help it? Like do it again?" And then, but he hasn't, and he's gone. So it was really unfortunate. But I think you're right. I think you're right. It'll add reassurance if I can. I'll do a video. I'll do a video just like this one, perhaps, and I'll post it on that audit, and maybe that'll encourage him to come back and have a look. And also, I'll if I can, yeah, you're right. We need some sort of content in the community, even in a course, perhaps. If we can get an interview, then for European users, we need something there that they can point to, where they can say, "Hey, this is if you want the information, here it is." But yeah, and the other thing is, if people are concerned, I mean, they can maybe we'll go through each point. That's what I'll do. I'll bring up the audit and we'll go through each point that the person mentioned, and I can show for every point what's included and where they can find it, and then they can do that for themselves, and maybe that will add some confidence as well. Yeah, it's a good idea.
Mhm.
Yeah, yeah, but it's a really difficult topic. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
a good idea.
absolutely.
I find it still really
Absolutely.
complicated. Yeah.
Yeah, it
So
is.
yeah, it's good. Yeah, thanks for suggesting that. And yeah, it's one of those things I haven't really thought about the audit that post at all since it was posted, maybe 2, 3 weeks ago. I haven't really thought too much about it after we fixed it, but we didn't do a good job of communicating that. So maybe lots of members saw it and then are still thinking that, oh no, there's this uncertainty about it. So yeah, it's a good idea. Cool. Just check the questions here as well. Yes, and double opt in for email addresses as well. That's another point. So I need to find uh, that's something that I think the user has to do on their side. So for us, we don't control the external software. So we need to, I think in our one of the documents, we've got something about that the user will need to set double opt-in on the other side. And for us, if they reject the third party sending their information to a third party, then we reject sending it. Obviously, it doesn't get sent. Now, would you like to outline if the following features are planned, when they might be available, adding mobile number, rating courses? So we don't have for the mobile number. I saw there was a post on that, and I think it's a really good idea. We're going to look at that because it's an added security measure, perhaps, but it's on our list, but it's not in our planned updates right now. And in terms of rating courses, we haven't yet had any. I haven't seen any posts about that. Maybe I've missed one, but if you can post on that, then that'll bring it to the top, and we'll see. But we don't yet. I'm not sure. Yeah, we'd want to get feedback on in terms of ratings and rating systems and all of that. So yeah, I'd post about that. I think the other thing is the security authenticator or using some sort of security measure would be helpful as well to identify real users. We'll do that at some point in the future. It won't be in the near future, but at some point in the future, we'll add it. And yeah, cool. Any other questions or anything that else that comes to mind for anyone? We'll do this. The next call we do will be on the beginning of next month. However, when the update's done, I'll do a video on the update just to recap everything, because there will be a few changes before we roll it out. But because you've been on this call, you've seen how it works, so you'll be probably really familiar with it. I'll do it for everyone regardless. I'll do an update, and I'm hoping that we can do some more videos this month on these new updates as they come out. I'll probably feature an extended video on the upgrades, for example, as an individual feature, and also the new settings, layout, and the about, how that works and what our plan is with the marketplace. So it'll add some clarity to it. So we won't just have a big block of updates. It'll be, this is the video for this is the video for this, and it's our plan to do that more. So it'll hopefully be helpful. And yeah, hopefully this month has been really good for everyone. Hopefully you've had members joining your groups, and I've seen that many of you on the call have had affiliate sales, which is great. Monica, I think you're doing really well, and I've seen you on the leaderboard there in the partners group. So congratulations. And yeah, if anyone has missed it, Monica did a really good interview with me that's available in the partners group as well. So if you want to join that, you're able to see that there as well. So keep an eye out for that. And yeah, cool. Awesome. All right. Well, thanks for jumping on, and thanks for sharing this time with me. I'll release a recording of this, and also, yeah, look out for the updates. They'll be coming, I think, most likely Monday next week. So look out for that. Just we'll do a post on it, and then you'll see it there. And if you see anything that needs improving, please post in the community. Let us know. And yeah, hopefully this month is a really good one for everyone. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one, which will be early June. And hopefully by that time, I've got a big list of things, but we'll have all of it ticked off and some things to show. So that'll be good. Yeah. Cool. Thanks, Norbert. Awesome. All right. Thanks, everyone. Thank you. Thanks, Al. Thanks, Monica. Thanks, Jutta. Norbert. Adelheid. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. Cool. Thank you. I'll see you later. Cool. Bye.